Hi everyone, my name is Mariah and welcome to the channel Totally Spined. In today's video, I am challenging myself to read thrillers for the month of October. And here are the books that I read. Let me start off with one of the books that is on my October TBR, and that is Edgar Allan Poe Gothic Tales. This is like one of the shortest books that I own. It's like 56 pages or so, 52 pages. And it's probably one of the hardest books that I read. I don't know if I was in the mood for it or I was tired or whatever, but this particular book, I don't remember anything that I read. All I know is that my head hurt. Yeah, this is one of the books that I read that I don't remember reading, per se. The next book is Solstice by Lawrence Allison. This was a good time. It's about an 18-year-old girl named Audrey that goes on an all expenses paid trip to Solstice Festival with her best friend. And if you know anything about Fire Festival, it's like that, but a dead body washes ashore and everybody's freaking out. But even before that, there's like hardly any food or shelter or bathrooms, and people can't seem to leave because buses are breaking down, the planes have been grounded, like they can't call anybody. It's like a nightmare, like a real deal nightmare. And in addition to that, there's like a dead body. So my rating for this book, I would say like a 3. Like it was fine. It was a good time. I would say I enjoyed 50% of the first half of the book, and then the second 50%, I feel like it kind of went downhill for me personally. I think that there could have been just a little bit more with that, and then what ended up happening and why dead bodies were appearing and stuff like that. So I mean, I feel like it's a quick book to get through. I think you would enjoy the book, but I wouldn't give it like a high rating. I think I would just, it's like mid to low tier for me personally. So yeah, but it is, like I said, it's a fun time, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with that. 3 stars. The next book is The Couple Next Door by Shari Lapini. This, I can guarantee you will have a great time. Okay, it hooked me the first chapter. It was such, like, I feel like it was a good fast pace in my mind. I feel like it's a good book to get through because of you wanting to know what happens next. So this is about a couple named Anne and Marco, and they have like a 6-month-old baby, and they get invited to a dinner party right next door with their friends, and their babysitter cancels on them, so they can't take the baby with them because it's like an adults only dinner party. So they think like, okay, it's okay, we have the baby cam, we can leave the baby here in our home and then just come check on her like every 30 minutes to an hour to see if she's good. But by the time they get home from the dinner party, the baby's gone, and you are trying to figure out what ended up happening to this baby. The twists and turns in this book, some of them are predictable and others make you want to punch people in the face. Okay, like hard with a sharp object. Chapter 22. Oh my gosh. As of right now, this is like a 4-star rating for me so far. Like it's definitely could be above. I'm not done with it yet. Like I got like 130 more pages to go in this book. But I can tell you right now, the twists and turns in here, it's definitely at least a 4-star. At least a 4-star. And I'm not even done yet. I knew when he thought, don't mess this up. I knew it. I knew it. Chapter 26. Everybody sucks, okay? Everybody sucks. I knew there was at least 2 people I wanted to punch in the face. Now there's 3. I'm on page 206. Chapter 26. I just want to punch a beat. I'm stumbling and fumbling over my words right now. Like, I just want to punch people. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. This is a great time. This is really a great time. Okay. All right. Yeah. But it was a fun time, and sometimes I don't rate books based upon if the story is good. I give it a high rating or a low rating based upon if I had a great time reading it. And I had a great time reading this. So I would give this book a 4.5 stars. And I am reading another book by this author called The End of Her. And I had to put the book down because I was getting upset. So it's like a soft DNF, but it's like I'm getting through the book really quickly. It's just one person, and that person is Erica. The next book is I Know What You Did Last Summer by Lois Duncan. And if you are familiar with this title, then you know there was a movie that came out in the 90s. And then you know that there was a show that came out a few years ago on Prime, if I'm not mistaken. And I realized a couple of things. If you hear there's a movie based upon a book, I highly suggest reading the book first, then the movie, because I'm going to tell you right now, the movie ruined the book for me. Interesting enough, there is an interview in the back of this book, and they ask her about how she felt about the movie and, you know, how did that go about, and the key differences between the book and the movie. And the movie is basically a horror movie, like a slasher movie, like Scream and stuff. But the book is more of a thriller, okay? There's like not really any deaths in this book. So if you see in the movie, you know people die. But in the book, people get hurt. People are getting scared, but no one is murdered, okay? Let me tell you that again. No one is murdered, and there are some key differences. So in the movie, the teens, they hit a fisherman and they throw him in a lake or an ocean or something like that. And in the book, they actually hit a kid on a bike, and they call 911 like 30 minutes later, and then he dies on the way to the hospital. So that's what happened. Yeah, I was expecting certain things in this book that I saw in the movie, and that didn't happen. In the interview in the back, they were asking her about the movie, and she said that they kept her away from the movie. They didn't tell her what was going on. So when she went to go see the movie in theaters, she was absolutely horrified to know that they replaced the boy on the bike with a fisherman that goes on a killing spree. She was like, I don't like this at all. This is not my book. So, and I don't know if you know this, but she also briefly mentions it, but her teenage daughter was murdered, and I think to this day they don't 100% know who killed her. I guess I would give it a 3. Like, it was fine to me. I kind of did wish that someone did die, but okay, so the next book I read on my Kindle, and this author, everybody and their mother knows who this author is, and that is Frida McFadden. Now everybody knows her of The Housemaid and Never Lie, but I didn't read any of those books. I read The Boyfriend. I believe that's one of her newest books, and it was such a great time. So this one is about a woman named Sydney who is very unlucky in love. No, very unlucky finding love. Okay, so she's like going on these dates, and they're like terrible dates. And then one day she meets who she believes is the perfect guy. In addition to that, there's like a murder in her apartment building. The circumstances around that indicate that the woman that was murdered, she was dating somebody, and no one can find who she was dating. Sydney gets a boyfriend, and he's perfect, but then certain things are occurring that are making her suspicious, making it seem like, is he truly the boyfriend of her dreams or of her nightmares? Is he involved? One way to find out. Yeah, the boyfriend definitely is suspicious. And I think if you're going to go into reading Frida McFadden books, you know that there's always going to be a twist and turns. And with that being said, I gave The Boyfriend 4 stars. So I believe that I will read more of Frida McFadden's books. So I am interested in reading The Housemaid. So that would probably be a book I'll read next month maybe. All right. So there you have it. Those are the thrillers that I read for the month of October, spooky season. So here are they right here. So again, I read Solstice, The Couple Next Door, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Edgar Allan Poe's Gothic Tales, and The Boyfriend. Let me know in the comments section below if you read these books, how did you feel about them. Give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.